Hi, this is Gary. Welcome to this evening. Just going to sort something out. Um, Microphone. Settings. Okay. So, hello, good evening. Welcome to this live edition, the live bit anyway, of Who is Meghan Markle. I'll be very happy to see anybody that comes. Where is the chat? There is the chat. Well, anyway, it's 1:45, and I'm here. It's been a bit of a stress because I had to go to the pharmacy to pick up some medication for a member of the family who was a bit poorly, and so I had to do that. So I don't know if anybody here, anybody's coming. I just keep going on until I see if anybody comes at all, which is fine. I'm just going to relax a bit because it has been a bit of a stressful day. A lot of people are quite sick around us here in Switzerland. There's a few different types of flu going around. Before Christmas, I think I had a third bout of the COVID, so it wasn't so much fun. I was sort of flat on my back for a couple of days. So tonight we're going to look at Thomas, but what I thought is because we have a few moments free because we're available. I was going to give you an extra bit, but if there's nobody coming, I'm not going to do it till somebody comes. I'm going to wait, hang around, and just let my computer sort itself out because I've not been here for a while, and we'll see what happens when people come. It's as simple as that. My system takes the time it takes to set itself up. I've just got back, so it has been a bit of a stress to get there, but to get there and to get back and to be here. But I've managed it, so that's nice. So let's go back onto here so I can see what's going on. Oh, hello, welcome both of you. If you'd like to write and tell me who you are, it would be nice. Hope you're interested. This evening, we're going to talk about Thomas Markle Sr., that's her father. We're going to have a look at a bit of his life, or where he's come from, a bit of his career, who he is as a person on a personality on a psychological basis. That's going to be in a few weeks. Because first of all, today it's more of his life as it is, and what we will do. I'll just remove something that also irritated me. And what we'll do after that is we will, in a few weeks, I have another episode called Meghan's and Men, and in Meghan's Men, there is him, and there is Trevor, her first husband, and there's Harry. And I'm going to have a look at them more on a psychological point of view. So Thomas, tonight's going to be just something a bit basic about who he is and where he's come from and a bit of his history. And then in a few weeks' time, we'll have a much deeper look at his psychological point of view. However, because I always do a few weeks in advance, at the moment, I'm actually doing the episode of Meghan's Men. And as I've said, that Meghan's Men is Thomas, Trevor, and Harry. And I'm at the moment, I've just finished Thomas. I'm in the middle of doing Trevor. And one of the things about Trevor, because that was her first husband, and she separated, divorced him because supposedly her living in Toronto doing suits and him working in Los Angeles was too far for the relationship, which I don't believe anyway. And so she divorced him. And what is interesting is after she married Harry, Trevor came up with the idea of a TV series. about your ex-wife being a princess. And it was just an idea. I think it was just his way of sort of expressing his frustration and how things are. So what I thought I would do is that I would sort of imagine how that TV series would be and how it would be introduced. So since we've got a few minutes before 8 o'clock, because 8 o'clock is when I'll actually put on the um, Thomas Markle, I thought we'd have a look at this. So here we go. Let's see if it works.
I used to worry about rent and the weather, but I thought our love would last forever. I lost your love, you found a crown. I lost my job, you own the town. No palace keys, no royal flags, just me, my flight, and my royal legs. I lost your soul like you owned the crown. The Reagan music's so abhorred with now. But I lost your love, you found a crown. I lost my job, you own the town. No palace keys, no royal flags, just me, my flight, and my royal legs. I'm never get ungrateful with my heart, 'cause you on me live today.
Okay, that's good for the microphone. Can you see me? Yes, I'm back. So that's my idea of the Royal X, my new TV series, which will never exist, of course. But I just thought it'd be a bit of fun to actually go forward and try that and see what we can do to just have a bit of fun. And I'll be putting that in as a small part of the Meghan's Men, where in the bit where Trevor says that maybe it would be a good idea. So you could say where you're from, you could say why you're interested, and what your feelings are on what's going on, because I like to have a bit of feedback. It's nice to know that it's nice I can see that you're there, which is great. So and I'd like to know why you're interested in Meghan. What is it? Is it you love her? Do you hate her? Do you find her interesting? Are you maybe going to go into business with her? You can always just, as I say, write a little bit on the chat so that I can interact with you, because that's why I'm live. I'm doing this live bit so that it's not just the bits that I've recorded, which is what we're doing. So that's it. But as it happens, that since you're not going to interact with me, I think I'm going to try and play the. Well, no, I should really wait because I've got 5 minutes. So what am I going to do for 5 minutes? I know, I'll put it on. I'll see if I can get this to work. Video, could even play it twice. Who is Meghan Markle? Hello, Gary Edward Getall, psychologist, psychotherapist, family therapist, looking at who is Meghan Markle. So here we are with the first part of episode 2, who are her parents. And we come to an in-depth view of Thomas Markle Sr. Thomas Markle was born on January the 18th, 1944 in Newport, Pennsylvania. He had a brother, Michael, who was born in 1939, which makes him 5 years older than him. but who died in 1921, and Frederick, who was born in 1942, making him 2 years older than him. He was first married in 1964. He was quite young. He was only 20 years old, and they had 2 children. Samantha, born in 1964, and Thomas Jr., who was born in 1966. They got divorced. He got divorced from his first wife in 1975 because presumably he was having extramarital affairs, although there's no proof on that. So that's a rumour, and we will leave it at that. And then in 1979 he married Doria, only 4 years later. Maybe he was looking for another mother for his child, I don't know. What I do know is that people do not get together by chance. So let's take a short time out and reflect on why people are attracted to each other to become couples. Here are my 3 dimensions that explain why people are drawn to one another. 1. They are repeating on some levels the same relationship as their parents. Now this can be very complex, much too complex to be discussed here. Put that in the book. 2. They have experienced similar emotional experiences in their childhood. One should note that the external realities of their youth might be very different. It is their personal experiences that are similar. We'll see later on, so maybe we can understand Meghan and Harry's story better based on this dimension. 3. They have the same level of functioning or dysfunctioning on certain important dimensions. For instance, someone very anxious might find as a partner someone equally anxious or equally laid back. What they won't be attracted to would be someone that is neither anxious nor laid back. This last point we'll come back to in just a second. So let's take a moment to reflect on what it was that drew these 2 people together. He was 35, already successful in his profession. She was only 23 and was working as a temporary assistant makeup artist. He had already proven he was a stable person. She was young and was only working temporarily as an assistant makeup artist, but she was likely already unsure she wanted to continue investing in it. I say that because after marrying Thomas, there is no information that she continued in that field. Also, as we shall see, her many changes of profession show someone who has great difficulty settling down. So, what we have is Thomas, steady, dependable, maybe a bit boring, and Doria, flighty, creative, and exciting. He was the solid anchor. She was the crazy kite. There we have several linked dimensions that possibly drew them together. So, Meghan was born in 1981, and they separated when Meghan was 2 years old, and they divorced in 1987. Doria was starting, or had started, her travel agency business, and I believe that being a wife and a mother felt too limiting for her. So, bye-bye. So that's basically it. Or it would have been if he hadn't won the California State Lottery in 1990. He won $750,000, which I looked up. It's worth about $2 million in today's money. Unfortunately, it didn't last long because he filed for bankruptcy. He actually filed for bankruptcy 3 times. The first twice in 1991 and 1993. I think the two were somehow linked. I don't think they were officially separate, but I don't think they were totally separate either. It's difficult to get very clear information. However, it seems he provided financial help for all his children at different times, although Meghan appears to receive the most sustained support, particularly for her education. And the third time in 2016. So it really seems he wasn't very good at managing his finances. Maybe he was just too generous. So let's have a look at the professional life of Thomas. He'd been working in television lighting since the 1970s. In 1975, he received a Chicago Midwest Emmy Award for Outstanding Achievement for Individual Excellence for Non-Performance. Sounds great, doesn't it? He was one of the named co-recipients of the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Achievements in Design. And from there on, he just advanced and advanced. Obviously, he worked hard and he'd been very successful. He got 2 big-time Emmy Awards in 1982 and 2011 for General Hospital. He also worked on Married with Kids for quite some time. A hard-working, successful person, you would think. He retired in about 2011 after working as a lighting director for WTTW-TV. So, Thomas Markle as a lighting director was really quite successful. Seemed like a serious person, was very involved in what he did and successful with it. And this is for me very important because it shows something. And later I will talk about Meghan's first husband, her first husband Trevor. There are similarities there. He does seem to be someone that's basically a hard-working guy, quiet, quite solid and stable. Very, very successful in his professional life. So, as to the story around Meghan's second marriage, the photos, the letters, we'll look at all that later. I promise you. But that's the end. That's the fun bit at the end. You'll have to go all the way to the end to get that. We'll see. So that's him. Next week, we'll be looking at Doria, her childhood and her professional life. As an important role model for Meghan, it's really important that we know a little of who she is. So that's for next week. So please like, share, ring the bell, write a comment, whatever. See you then. Take care. Gary. Okay, that's about it for now. Yeah, got it working. I'm getting to learn to work out how to do this. So I hope you found that interesting, which obviously I do because that's why I keep doing it. And hopefully I'll see you next Monday. So if you have any remarks, any questions, anything you'd like to ask, any clarification, any corrections, just let me know because I need to know if there's got anything to correct, because at some point I hope to put all this in a book, and if it's in a book and it's printed, I really need to make sure that it's right. So thank you for sharing this moment with me, and we'll see you next week maybe. Bye for now.